Now, for the latest updates, we are now connected with our very own Alira Putri. Alira, can you please share with us the latest updates regarding the tension between Russia and also Ukraine?
Yes, good afternoon, Carol and Kai. So earlier today, there were explosions in several Ukrainian cities, including the capital Kiev. So this explosion happened after the Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that they will have a special military operation in the Ukrainian soil, which further escalated the tension between two countries. So in the capital Kiev, this explosion started after 5 a.m. in this morning, and 2 hours later, the air raid sirens could be heard playing across the Maidan Square, which is the city's main square. So currently, there haven't been any updates about the extent of the damage and also the casualties itself. However, like this morning in the Maidan Square, like the situation is more quiet, although cars still pass by to start their morning traffic. Although there hasn't been an official confirmation regarding the Indonesian citizens who live in the Ukraine, currently there are 138 of them. So the Foreign Affairs Ministry mentioned that they are safe and they are advised to get closer to the embassy in Kiev, as mostly Indonesian citizens are also living there. Meanwhile, on the same day, the United Nations held an emergency meeting to address the Russian and Ukrainian tension. And the Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, mentioned this as the saddest moment on his term. So on this meeting, he mentioned that he asked Russia to stop this attack and also to withdraw their troops and give peace a chance. So Guterres mentioned that this attack could give consequences to the global economy, as right now we are still recovering in the midst of COVID-19 pandemic. So some of the causes could be the rising oil prices as well as the disruption in Ukrainians' wheat export. So on the same meeting, the Russian and Ukrainian UN ambassador also attended it, and still in the same time, the Ukrainian UN ambassador urged the Russia not to shell and bomb Ukrainian cities. So in the same day, like if we look back earlier before, the Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, mentioned that this special military operation happened because he cited there is a threat from the Ukrainian to the security. And on the same day, like have been showed before, the Ukrainian president also addressed to the nation that in an emotional official statement that he already knew, he already prepared that the Russian will attack this city, this country. So he mentioned that people have to stay at home. So he already prepared because there has been an unsuccessful discussion with the Russian, and still he urged Russian to refrain from attacking after the breakdown in the talks. But the president mentioned, the Volodymyr Zelensky mentioned that if the attack really happened, of course, Ukrainian will defend. Of course, they will stand still from any attacks. And at the same time, he mentioned to the Ukrainian citizens to not get panic, to always be calm, and whenever possible to stay at home. So we will give you further updates on the development as the situation is still unfold. Back to Carol and Kai.
Well, thank you so much, Andira, for the update. Stay healthy and safe.